All right, welcome to Chastain's RV Rentals. So I'm going to do a couple videos. This one is kind of give it a tour of the outside. Actually, I go over whoever decides to rent this thing. But I'll go over it in personally too. But just kind of give it like a quick overview so you can have this on your phone or wherever, so in case you need it if I'm not around. So obviously this is the outside. I'll start with the front. I'll do another video on the inside. But right here along the door, this is the hood latch. Right here, this black thing, just pull it. And one thing you'll notice is you don't see a battery. The battery is actually underneath your feet in the right where you drive. But and by some miracle, the battery goes dead and you need a jump charge. There's cables in the very back. I'll show you where those are. And this little red thing here is where you jump start. I don't drop the phone. You, like you said, there's a number 1 and number 2. So number 1, you push it in, and you connect the battery cable to this little metal thing here. And this right here is where the ground goes to. So if you need to jump the battery for some chance, that's where you do that. Here, this is windshield washer fluid. You'll probably have to refill this. It goes through it a lot because it's a big windshield. It takes a lot to clean it. So you basically just pull this cap off, fill it up. Any type of windshield washer fluid, cap it back off. Oil, most likely you won't have to touch this. It'll be full with oil when you get there, and I've never had it go off. So, but just in case you need to, for some reason, this is where you put the oil in. And this is radiator fluid. You won't have to mess with that either. But one thing you might possibly have to mess with is DEF fluid, which is diesel exhaust fluid. This is where this goes. You can buy that at anywhere you buy diesel. It basically just screws off and you fill it up like you would fill up the windshield washer fluid. But that'll be full too, so you won't have to mess with that either, most likely. This is the air filter for the front. Shouldn't have to mess with that either. So working your way around, nothing out of the ordinary here, no more car. You'll see the step there and this door. This door is manual door. It's kind of heavy, but when you close the door, the step will go in, and the step will also go in if you start the car. That way you don't take off with the step out. This switch here, I'll talk about it maybe later too, but this just needs to stay on all the time. This basically kills all the battery to the whole back of the house part of the car. But just leave that on the whole time. This TV, since I'm here, you plug headphones into here and you can watch that TV. There's a switch up there. You just turn the TV speakers off and you can hear it through headphones, so you're not listening to it while you're driving. Or you can turn the TV speakers on and it'll play through the speakers on the TV. The jack is underneath here. Is in this little compartment there. You'll see the little wrench. That's where the jack and tool is to change a tire. Most likely, hopefully you won't have to do that. Out here on the passenger side, this is like a 12-volt plug, like a cigarette lighter plug, and that's a coax for the cable. Don't really need that because I took the antenna off. And this is just an outlet. You could use that, but I doubt you will. Working around back, you see how the doors are open. If you want them all the way open, you can bring them in a little bit and pull this latch off, and the doors will stop with that magnet right there, and it'll stay open. And you can do that with both doors if you want. So pull them in just a little bit, pull that out as it shuts, and then you can open them all the way up. And they'll stay there in case you're in high winds. Back here, nothing really much to talk about. The extra batteries are in here. This is where the jumper cables are as well. You shouldn't need in there, so don't worry about that. These are for the bed. I'll make the bed in a minute, but you pull this out, and these fit here like this. And then the bed folds down via that switch right up there, and it all makes one big bed there. I'll show you that in a second as well. Kind of hard making videos by yourself, but my professional videographer is not around, so, and it's beautiful. So now working way to the other side. This is a hot water heater. You don't need to do anything with that either. We usually don't use hot water. We haven't used it in the year we've had it. What you will use is this though. This is this connection. So basically you take this, turn it left, pulls it up, and there's a plug inside that I'll show you in a minute. You just plug into here, and then you plug it into a wall outlet, and it keeps everything charged. So at an RV park or something like that is where you'll use that. This is to drain the septic tanks. You shouldn't have to do that either in just a little bit of time, but if you have to, you push the button up on the top and hold it down till it, and it'll open the black valve, which is the toilet water. You open that up first, then that'll stop, the water will stop flowing. Then you close it with the bottom, then you open the gray with the top here, and then you close the gray here. So you get the gray water to flush out after the black water. And here, right here, is the toilet tank valve. You just take this thing off. There's a hose in there that connects to that, and you put it in the ground, and that works. But once again, you shouldn't have to do that, most likely. This is an exhaust, and if you need extra water, you just take this off.